Hi guys, Dumelang and welcome to today's episode of Scent a Check. Welcome back to my channel, okay? And if you don't know who I am, my name is Ntabi. So if you didn't know, now you know. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a haul, a fragrance haul. It's literally my first perfume haul on my channel, which is so weird because I literally buy fragrances all the time, as you can see. Let me not waste your time. Let's get into the video. Before we get into the video, I know you guys recognize, you see the setup, it's cute, it's different. I finally put up my perfumes. I've been meaning to do this literally since last year, okay? So I finally did it, but I'm gonna give you guys a video where I'll be sharing where I got all the stuff from so that if you guys would like to have them, you can get them. But yes, let's get into the haul. So I'm gonna start with this brand over here. This is Niche Parfums, not to be confused with Niche Perfumery. Those are like literally two different brands, okay? Niche Perfumery sells decants, and then Niche Perfumes, they sell these lovely fragrances, 50ml bottles as well as 100ml bottles. They have candles, diffusers as well, but like, yeah, I was interested in their fragrances. And it's a black owned South African fragrance company. I really need to highlight how beautiful and impeccable the service at that shop is. Like, that store, I would honestly recommend for you guys to actually go to the store if you can. If you live in Johannesburg, go to the store. It's in Parkhurst, right? Honestly, I would urge you guys to go to the shop. It's beautiful. The space is just stunning. It's clean with a K, okay? Clean with a K. It's absolutely beautiful. The service there is amazing. I genuinely, okay, if you know me, you know my favorite fragrance store emhlabeni is Skins Cosmetics, and I genuinely never thought I would ever come across any place that gives like the same caliber of service, you know, as Skins Cosmetics. But like, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed my time at the store. I loved how they actually talk you through the fragrances. They offer you something to drink if you want something to drink. Yeah, it was really lovely. I really enjoyed my time over there. So yeah, I got the Discovery set, and what I like about the Discovery set is Detwadili 80, so you have those, right? And what I actually really love is that you get to pick which fragrances you want to be put in your Discovery set. So yeah, let's get into the fragrances. The first one I'm going to talk about is this baby over here. It's finished. I literally wore this during the weekend because I wanted to test it out, and I am so pleasantly surprised. This is Fake It Till You Make It. And if I told you that I came across a really great alternative to this girl over here, hold on, let me get her. If I told you that I found a damn near spot on alternative to this fragrance, which is Hibiscus Mahajad from Maison Crivelli, would you believe me? Well, you should, because I found it. I found it. This is Fake It Till You Make It from Niche Parfums. You guys, this perfume, it's so good. Like, you know, okay, this fragrance is stunning, okay? You've heard me say this countless times that it's literally top 2 of my most complimented perfumes in my collection. I really love this perfume, and I constantly recommend it to you guys. And I've also had a couple of people mention how expensive this is. They would love to try it, but it's too expensive. And I usually recommend that you just get a decant, but you don't have to do that anymore, because honestly, I would honestly just recommend that you just invest in the 50ml, yeah, this fragrance, right? So I'll put up a picture of what the full bottle looks like. It's also orange. I love the packaging. The Niche Perfumes, I'm obsessed. Like the round ones with those little marble round boliki type of lids, obsessed. I really love their packaging. This performs really well. I wore this last weekend. Actually, I wore this was also my scent of the day when I went to go see For Colored Girls. I smelled really good, got a compliment. It was cute. It was really cute. But yes, this fragrance is stunning. The only difference I have noted is that this one is slightly less sweeter than Hibiscus Mahajad. And if I'm being entirely honest, I don't think that's a bad thing, because this fragrance, the sweetness that thing can get overwhelming. I've had moments where usually this happens, like I haven't eaten that day, and then maybe like I'm getting ready, put this on, and I leave the house, right? Then I will start feeling nauseated. And admittedly, to be fair, I probably have oversprayed this perfume on that day, and that's why it starts making me feel a little bit nauseated. So yeah, and I I keep saying this, I need to learn to stop overspraying fragrances, okay? Because not every perfume has to be oversprayed. This is a perfect example, and this one is also a perfect example. Like literally 4 sprays of this projects off you like a beast, okay? It's literally like you are a walking diffuser. Literally. But anyway, this one is slightly less sweeter, and I don't want to lie to you, this thing smells so good. And the quality of these fragrances is the thing that literally like really blew me away, right? Because I was just like, how the hell did they manage to do this? And this is not the only fragrance which I found which blew me away, okay? Because I've been testing out my fragrances in this discovery kit, which is why I had to make this video to plug you guys, okay? Like I literally remember I was wearing this on Friday, last week Friday, and I was literally out and about the entire day, right? Please, when I tell you that I came back, I'm sure I put it on at like 9 a.m. in the morning. I came back home and I was sitting here doing some work, and while I'm busy on my laptop, I'm just like getting like whiffs of this fragrance, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like this thing performs really, really well. One thing about it performs really well. And the following day, the entire weekend actually, I could still smell this on my jacket, to the point where even my friend pointed that out, and she mentioned how she could literally still smell like the perfume on my jacket, and I'd literally like put it on like on Friday, and this was during the weekend. Now that I have this, right, and I've discovered this, I genuinely can't justify spending all that money on this fragrance. Like once I finish this one, I keep it in. Honestly, I'm gonna just get this one. I'm gonna mainly just highlight the fragrances that like I really am enjoying and I am considering getting a full bottle of, right? An honorable mention, I need to mention this, right? This is not one I'm gonna get a full bottle of, only because I have another fragrance that smells very similar to this, so I'm not in the business of buying multiple perfumes that smell the same, okay? But I am plugging you guys. This is Solomon's Porch, and it actually smells very reminiscent to BDK Gris Chanel. Now I know if you are a perfume girly or guy, if you're watching this and you're a guy, I know you know what Gris Chanel is, and I truly know for years, right, we've always wanted to like try out BDK fragrances on this side of the world, but obviously BDK is not sold in South Africa and all that other stuff. So yeah, if you have been looking for something that smells very similar to Gris Chanel, like it's actually like, I keep saying like I genuinely don't know how they're able to pull off what they are doing with these juices, because they smell so good, so if you're not familiar with Gris Chanel, it has like the main notes of that perfume is like a green tea, fig, as well as cardamom, right? So it's a very soft, spicy type of a fragrance. Okay, to be fair, in the opening, right, what you will notice with this one, with Solomon's Porch, it definitely opens up spicy, right? So you will definitely get that cardamom, like a strong burst of cardamom, but don't let that scare you. If you are afraid of like spices or strong spicy fragrances, don't let that scare you, because the fig notes in this fragrance allows it to dry down to like this creamy, slightly sweet type of a fragrance. It's so good, it's so good. Now I'm not really, I think there's a little bit of vanilla in this perfume, right, and some sandalwood as well. I could be mistaken, but it's giving a very soft, creamy type of a wood, and sandalwood is really great in fragrances that have a creamy aspect to it, right? The projection is good, performance is really good, the sillage as well is great, and the longevity as well is really good. A lot of these fragrances, so far from my experience, I noticed that you really can get a full day's wear out of these fragrances, especially if you spray on your clothes. Like they will not leave your clothes, okay? If you are looking for a very sexy fragrance that I honestly think is perfectly unisex, but I don't know, I know there are some women that wouldn't necessarily want to smell like this. I love unisex fragrances, you guys know this already. Anyway, I was saying, if you have been looking for a really lovely scent to gift like a man in your life, maybe your partner, right? Because this has this elegant, sophisticated sexiness to it, right? Like it doesn't smell like a man that's trying overly hard to be sexy, but he just is, you know, well-dressed man, looking real clean with a K. That man smells like this, okay? I honestly am such a fan of men wearing fragrances that smell like this, as in like different from the typical cliche DNA that we are used to smelling on men. Like I really would love to see like people explore fragrances and literally find something that genuinely screams them and resonates with them, as opposed to like everybody smelling the same, because that's so boring. And that's one of the reasons why I have this platform. I want to introduce you guys to new fragrances. I want everybody to literally find things that merge with their fragrance personality, because I genuinely believe fragrances go hand in hand with your personality. And if you pay close attention to my taste in perfumes, I do feel like my taste in fragrances actually highlights aspects of my personality, you know. So yeah, but we'll get into that another day. I actually want to make a video helping you guys, like, you know, really navigate fragrances and find fragrances that are perfectly tailored for you. But anyway, I digress. Get this fragrance. This is Gihon Spring, right? I think it's Gihon Spring or Gihon Spring, but I think it's Gihon. It's giving very much like the quintessential masculine type of a fragrance, right? So think of like something along the lines of a Dior Sauvage meets Chanel, like Bleu de Chanel, you know, those type of scent profiles, like those like aromatic fougere, soft, spicy, woody, slightly citrusy type of fragrances that literally every man smells like. Hence I was saying, like, honestly, I feel like, firstly, this does smell nice, right? It smells nice, but I'm very biased against scent profiles like this. So take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt, because I know a lot of people enjoy fragrances like this on men. I know. I'm just saying, like, personally, I really feel like every man smells like, you know, those type of fragrances. The next fragrance is Thasos. I actually smelled this go shopong, right? I smelled this in store, and I was literally just like, no man, this smells so familiar, like I know this DNA. Eventually I was able to put my finger on it and realize, like, this smells so reminiscent to Initio's Side Effects. Initio has some of the most refined, smoothest, well blended fragrances I've ever put my nose on, okay? Which is why Side Effects threw me off the way it did, because I said this in another video as well. I'll link all my videos somewhere here. But I said this in that video. There is something about the rum note in that perfume. It has like this, you know, boozy rum note in it. It's so sharp. I don't like how sharp and here it is. I have it right here. I need to get past that note, so it's like I usually have to let the fragrance dry down, and it should be sitting on me for some time so that that boozy note can tone down a little bit. However, in this fragrance, from the beginning, like literally from the first spray, it just smells smooth. I am so shook, and specifically because when I was having a conversation with the owner of this brand, right, he actually mentioned how even if you go and you know, go back and you wear the original fragrance, you are still gonna go back to his fragrance. And I am here to say that man did not tell a lie. He didn't tell a lie, because if I had to pick between the original Side Effects and, you know, his interpretation of Side Effects, I'm picking this one. If you like fragrances like Angel Share from Killian, Camera from Latafa, those type of fragrances, you would really enjoy this one. The next one is this one, and this is called Banquet of Love, right? So this is a gourmand fragrance, right? But I will say, this is more of a gourmand for people that don't like overly sweet gourmand fragrances, right? So if you don't want to smell like food, you know, I love gourmand fragrances. That's literally one of my favorite categories of perfumes. So with this one, I will say that, like, it's definitely got a elegance, a sophistication to it as well, and it has, like, yeah, it doesn't have like a juvenile, immature type of a smell, because sometimes I know that people find gourmand perfumes to be too youthful or too juvenile, right? But this one definitely captures like that, you know, this is a grown person wearing this. It captures that aspect. You have like a raspberry caramel notes in there as well, some patchouli, and you also have, I think, a little bit of vanilla and some floral. I can't pinpoint which flower it is, but like I'm definitely picking up the patchouli, and I think the patchouli is exactly what's keeping this from smelling too sweet, right? Yeah. Now with that being said, the patchouli in this fragrance is something that it kind of actually smells a bit reminiscent to vetiver. And with patchouli, right, depending on how it's formulated, it can smell different in a perfume. Sometimes patchouli fragrances smell very earthy, sometimes it smells very green, sometimes it gives off this vetiver scent like in this perfume, and sometimes like in the Fenty fragrance, patchouli can have like a chocolatey nuance in it, which is so cool. It's so interesting, like how, you know, how when you blend a note in a different way, it can bring out certain nuances from it, and it smells different depending on how it's formulated. I think that's so cool. Yeah, so in here the patchouli gives off a slight vetiver type of a scent, and what I noticed with this one is that the longer it sits on your skin is the more that sweetness comes out a lot more. So in the initial opening you will get the patchouli, and then as it has been sitting on you, on your clothes, on your skin, that's when you'll start picking up the caramel coming out, the raspberry note, and a little bit of like a vanilla. And like I said, this does not, like, there's never a time where this becomes overly sweet. I prefer how this smells in the dry down, like after like a good 20-30 minutes, the way it smells on skin. And one thing I will say, right, these fragrances, a lot of these fragrances, they are not linear fragrances, right? And what I mean by that is they don't smell exactly the same from the beginning to the end. So like with this one, as I said, you really do go on that journey. You go on that journey. So the next one I'm gonna talk about is this one over here, and this is Outdoorsman. This is a rose woody oody type of a fragrance, and it actually kind of reminds me of MFK's Oud Satin Mood. This smells so good. Yeah, so think of like a rose covered in like, you know, some sweetness, maybe like this Turkish delight sweetness in it, and some vanilla, and there's like a slight powderiness as it sits on your skin a lot longer. So this is Bonolo. She has my heart. I am leaning more towards buying a full bottle of this perfume, if I'm being honest. Bonolo is lovely. It has some spices in there, so you got some pink pepper, some coriander, and they're not obnoxious, like they're not abrasive, they're not too much, right? And then you also have some, I think there's labdanum in the perfume, and then you also get like this white chocolate in the base, and you can actually smell the chocolates. Like, I think that's one of my favorite things about this perfume. Like, you can literally smell that chocolate note. This smells so good. Like, it literally smells, once again, like an elevated, elegant, gourmand perfume. Something about this perfume screams date night, you know, just you look in your best, you look sexy, you look stunning, and you're just wearing this and you are out, you know, at night. This is my type of scent. I love this. Bonolo is really lovely. Moving on to the next one, Fika. Fika is another one that I really enjoy. One of the reasons why this stood out to me is because it is a tobacco scent, like a sweet tobacco fragrance, and I love me a good tobacco perfume. This has honey, it has tobacco. I think there's also some woods in there. I can even imagine this layered with Thasos, with Fika. I think you would smell incredible. Every single time I smell this perfume, I do pick up like something maybe kind of aromatic, like a slight aromatic touch. This is also a good contender for me. I think I may just get this. Like, it's so good. I speak about this brand as if someone is paying me to talk about it, and no one is paying me, okay? Like, these fragrances are so good. If maybe house show, because obviously fragrances can be very overwhelming and there's a lot to choose from. So if you maybe want to curate your own discovery set and you're not really sure which fragrances you should put in your discovery set, feel free to DM me. Some of the girls that DM me, they know, like, we talk, we kiki in the DMs, we talk about fragrances all the time. It's a good time over there, okay? So DM me if you would like for me to help you curate your sets, right? So if you follow me on Instagram, you must have seen me posting about this fragrance, okay? So yes, I finally got my hands on the Killian Princess perfume. I quickly bought this, snatched it up because literally it got sold out on the website Gihon Spring. Hence I'm saying follow me on Instagram so that when I see anything, there's a sale happening, there's a good deal somewhere, you will see it on Instagram, because right now I do think that it's still sold out. But the girls that follow me on Instagram were able to get the fragrance. It's got ginger, it's got like a green tea, matcha tea type of a scent, and then of course it has marshmallow. The only thing I will say about the scent is that you get like a good 4.5 hours out of this perfume before you would need to respray it. So it's one of those fragrances that definitely isn't it's not beast mode. It won't last you for like 12 hours or whatever. This is one I wear during the day. Like, this is also a perfect summer command. I was actually wearing this past weekend when I went to a Jimmy Choo event. I will cover that in part 2 of my fragrance haul. I really enjoyed the way I smelled. I smelled really good. I even got a compliment from a guy that day. He was literally saying to me, like, he just kept sitting closer to me so that he could keep smelling me. So like, yeah, marshmallow fragrances, you can never go wrong with them. I will say though, if you own Kayali's Yam Pistachio Gelato, if you love that perfume, you would love this. And I would also say, Hore, I don't think you need both. So I would urge you to try out these fragrances. Go to Skins Cosmetics if you can find this in store, and you know, try it out, smell it on your skin. Go to ARC, okay, and also try out the Yam Pistachio Gelato and see which one you prefer. Because if I'm being honest, when I was doing a side-by-side comparison, I do think that they both have like a bit of like a green, fresh, slightly spicy marshmallow vibe to them. There's like the slight nuances, like the Kayali one has like that whipped cream, hazelnut, some rum in there. So yeah, slight differences, but I don't think you need both. So just pick one of the two. But I'm so glad I finally got my hands on this, okay? So sign up on the Skins Cosmetics website. Just sign up to be notified for when this is back in stock, and literally you will get it. And the service was so quick. I literally ordered this like as in like today. The next day it was delivered to my place. So yeah, I was really impressed with how fast I was able to get this. And yeah, like, Skins Cosmetics, you can't go wrong with Skins Cosmetics. I told you guys, I love Skins Cosmetics. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will film part 2, so look out for that, okay? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.